that was in court. What a day. You know, I always write title and I always say that the state has been exposed, but today they were bare naked. You know, there was a question. The defense has poked questions around the pocketbooks, because police have got their own pocketbooks. Remember that when Mtetwa and Matebula were asked about their pocketbook, remember that they said their pocketbook was gone missing, blah, blah. Do you remember the story? And they said that because their pocketbook has gone missing, they went there and in 2022, they were able to find a pocketbook of 2016, right? And then they came with the story that the pocketbook get destroyed every 5 years. But when we were doing the maths, they didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It didn't collaborate. Now we were saying why they didn't destroy the pocketbook for 2016. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have found it in 2022. Right there. The judge then asked Mosia and said, listen, I've got a problem with this pocketbook because when I was practicing as a lawyer in 1970, whenever we corner police and we push them towards the corner and we want them to give us the pocketbook, they always said that their pocketbook has been destroyed. He said that the judge says it's a trick that has been used even way back then. Whenever you push police towards the corner, their pocketbooks has gone missing. It's an old trick. This is what the judge said. It is an old trick. Whenever there's an evidence that is lacking from them and you want to get it from the pocketbook, they hide their pocketbook and they destroy them. You know what I'm saying? I read a comment that says, because Thabo Mosia was told to go get certain things that they want. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to trace his whereabouts that day and all the stuff. Somebody was saying, his bosses are watching, they will destroy the evidence now. And it collaborated with what the judge was saying. Remember, I'm starting this thing from the end. You know, we're going to go backward. But what a day. But SAPC almost, not SAPC, the court, because SAPC, ENCA, they get their visuals from the court in terms of their sound. The visuals are produced by them, but the sound is produced by the court. So they sabotaged us, but wow. Hey, hey, I need to do this. Hey, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. But relax, guys. We are about to get into this one. Are you interested to take this journey with me? If you are, then please stick around. As you stick around, there's only one favor that I'm requesting from you guys. You know what's that favor? Is that you stick around. As you stick around, I'm saying, guys, please subscribe, like the video, and comment in the comment section below. Why do you need to do all of these nice things, good people? Well, you need to do it because doing it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to as many people as possible. The power is in your hands. We need to get to 20,000 subscribers before the end of August. And mind you, guys, we have that close. We need just 2,000 subscribers to reach our target. Guys, please watch this video till the end. And remember, you need to watch the ads, guys. That's how we pay the bills. That's how you financially contribute into this YouTube channel. Oh, don't forget. Take this video. Put this. Look, you must like the video. 1,000 likes, guys, please. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, all of you guys are welcome into this YouTube channel. Together, we are the tribe. You know what I'm saying? People who are very intelligent. Everybody that is here, I can see from your comment that people who are here are intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for that. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, let's go back. So, when the judge have said that, before the judge said that, no, there was this moment towards the end. Yo. Advocate Ramasipil. Advocate Mnisi, Advocate Nmalo, Advocate Msholol, all added everyone added a piece to solve this puzzle. Remember the person that has been pushing the person who started with this idea that we need the records. I think it was Advocate Nmalo, but he was not that much, articulate. But I could see that he's going somewhere, and then he was backed up by the other defense. We'll get to Advocate Ramasipili. Yo. Advocate Mnisi. The guy that stands against the judge, you know what I'm saying? That guy, I know. In Advocate Mnisi, now I trust. You know, that guy stands against the judge. And then Advocate Mshololo as well. But again, so I forgot his question. But it was interesting, and it was pushing the judge, pulling the judge and saying, hey, stop being a witness here. We want the evidence here. And then Advocate Ramasipili, because now Constable Thabo Mosia has been running away. He was asked to go to Baba. We want to know, you said when you were covering Irache Park, Izonkezis, Fosloras police station. What's the Adon Park police station? I forgot if I'm excluding one. He was covering up probably 4 to 5 police stations as a forensic photographer, right? So he says that no, when I get remember look, it's Advocate Mshololo who came up with this thing. Poke the hole. Hey, guys. Advocate Mshololo poked the wall she poked the wall after poking the wall, and proving Thabo Mosia to say you are Dutch. There are a lot of things that you are Dutch. We'll get into them. After doing so excellent job, right, proving to when you are Dutch. So Advocate Mshololo wanted Thabo Mosia to say, wait a minute, when do you agree that you left the crime scene with those people? And then he was running away. You were like, wait a minute. So where was the Kumalos when you were busy doing all of these things? He says, no, people were outside whilst we were doing. Remember, we were told previously that when all of these things was happening, some of the family members were inside the house. Remember the context that we are debating this. It's a crime scene. It's about the crime scene. Whoa. Hey, the defense guys, I know we are adopting all of them. They are now the tribe. You know, we're giving them the right. As a leader, I'm anointing them as the citizens of this country. We call them the tribe now. All of them, give them the credit. You know what I'm saying? So Advocate Mshololo then said, no, wait a minute. So when you went to Zonke then, because Angithi, there's this argument that the Kumalos were outside, and then subsequently there was a projectile that was found, and you know, even the way it was found, it's questionable. So Advocate Mshololo went with this argument to say, wait, where was the Kumalos? And then Thabo Mosia was dodgy, you know what I'm saying? And then Thabo Mosia said, no, I received a call. There was a business robbery at Zonkezizwe. So I went to Zonkezizwe. So Advocate Mshololo was like, I got you. Come on. Tell me something. When you went to Zonke, where was the Kumalos? Where were they at that time? I was like, I see where this advocate is going. So the advocate was simply stating that when you left to Zonkezizwe, that is when it was planted, or something happened, you know what I'm saying, during those times. Then the Advocate Mshololo was poking this wall to say, wait a minute. So how sure you are that when you went to Zonke, nothing happened? And then Thabo Mosia ran away and said, no, Pelamina, I left everything in the hands of police, and I trust that police have got enough training, so much so that they can withstand or they can defend a crime scene. Then I was like, okay, but then Advocate Mshololo pushed Thabo Mosia to say, wait a minute, so where was the Kumalos? When you went out to Zonke, where were they? Were they at home in different place? Or Thabo Mosia he saw that this woman, yeah, this woman, salute Advocate Mshololo. You know, guys, I always tell you that me, I'm not in favor of feminism, but I'm in favor of people that are doing well, irrespective of gender. We must appreciate them. I don't care whether you're a male or female. All it takes for me to appreciate you is that you are a human being, whether you're a man and woman. Advocate Mshololo, give her flowers together with the others. You know what I'm saying? So she pokes the wall, and then cracked Utabo Mosia. And then now he's cornered. And then Advocate Mshololo, after she has cornered Utabo to say, wait a minute. So they were around. And then you went back and then you came back. You know what I'm saying? During those times. And then I was like, wow. After she had pointed or painted that picture to say, when you left to Zonke Sizwe, what happened? Do you know what happened during those times? I was like, damn, come on, Advocate. And then she opens that gap. She opens that, and then Thabo Mosia was like, yeah. And then Thabo Mosia, and then Advocate Mshololo was like, okay, I'm gonna go for your credibility now. Beside this one, where I see you are running away, but you can see that I've cornered you. Now I'm gonna go with your credibility. I'm gonna take your credibility now. Now Advocate Mshololo was going towards this to say, you said you attended that thing. Look, how sure are we that? But she did not phrase it that the way I'm saying. But she was going towards, along the lines of saying, how sure are we that indeed, Vela, you went to Zonke Sizwe at the time where you were? Now you said you went to Zonke Sizwe. What if you were somewhere to collect something and then bring it back to the crime scene? Guys, you don't see what I'm seeing. Guys, you don't. Then I was like, okay, advocate, okay. Was advocate. Then she was like, wait a minute. So what if during that time, it was the time where you went to collect? That's what she was going to say. What if that time, it was the time where you went to collect something somewhere so that you can come back and plant it? I'll show you why I'm saying that. Because the judge saw where Advocate Mshololo was going to say, Advocate Mshololo, she's pushing him towards that point, right? And then Advocate Thabo Mosia was running away, you know what I'm saying, meandering around. And then Advocate Mshololo said, wait a minute, how can we prove that indeed you went to Zonke Sizwe? And then that's where the issue of a pocketbook started now. And then Advocate Mshololo was saying, no, show prove to us that indeed there was a call that got in there which took you from the crime scene, and indeed you went to the crime scene. I was like, I now see where Advocate Mshololo is going to say, no. You might be hiding something under the disguise that when you were called as Zonke Sizwe to come and to go and do something. And me, being me, guys, I know Zonke Sizwe. Zonke Sizwe is a small place, and there was a business robbery at Zonke Sizwe. What was that? 2014, guys. Zonke Sizwe didn't even have there's nothing in Zonke Sizwe that you can say, hey, this is a serious business. At 2014, there's a spaza. Do you know, you see the ShopRite spaza at Zonke Sizwe? In 2014, it wasn't there. It came late, I think just before COVID-19, if I'm not mistaken. Because, by the way, my church is very big. But the branch that I usually visit, beside the one that is in a fancy area, you know what I'm saying, where I stay, but when I want people that are, I go to Zonke Sizwe. So I know Zonke Sizwe. Even now, I sometimes visit Zonke Sizwe. I know Zonke Sizwe. There's only 1 or 2 businesses there, and those businesses are new. So Thabo Mosia went to Zonke Sizwe. Now I'm giving you the context. I saw why Advocate Mshololo was poking that, because I know Zonke Sizwe. I was like, what business robbery at Zonke Sizwe? You know what I'm saying? What business robbery at Zonke Sizwe? The meaningful things that are there, it is the police station, Zonke Sizwe police station, the fire station, and what? The rank and the schools. Those are many. Otherwise, it's just the shops and blah blah, the smaller shops that hardly get robbed. There's hardly robbery there. You know what I'm saying? Because Zonke Sizwe is full of people who are there, guys. They've got guns for days. When I used to sleep that side, there will never be a night without hearing a gun. Even during the day, at some point when we were at church, during the day, a firearm, bah, bah, bah. That's how Zonke Sizwe is. So you can hardly rob Zonke Sizwe because most people have got guns. So now I hope you understand why Advocate Mshololo was interrogating the trip to Zonke Sizwe. You know what I'm saying? To say, what were you doing? Can we prove that indeed you went to Zonke Sizwe? You know, had he pointed towards Vosloorus, we know there are a lot of businesses in Vosloorus. I would have understood. Spreadview, there are a lot of businesses in Spreadview, even back in 2014. But zonke zizwe. Hi. So then she went for that to say, wait a minute, let's prove that you went there. That's where the problem started. The records are deleted, blah, 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 blah. You guys were going to advocate Ramasipile. Advocate Ramasipile was like, man, not today. Today, I'm with you. Today, I'm going to mess with you. And then she was he ran away from Shololo and then hiding under this disguise that, records are no longer there and I'm sick. I saw Advocate Shololo laughing, wanted to laugh. And you know what? I'm sick, blah, blah, blah. This guy, his tone has even changed. But when he was being led, when his evidence was being led by Advocate Baloyi, he was bubbly, even speaking confidence, speaking English. Oh, now it's cross-examination. I'm saying, hey, Advocate Baloyi, she wanted to laugh. You know what I'm saying? She was holding herself. But yeah, asking Advocate Baloyi, hey. So he wants to hide by this thing, and it's like, no. Even the judge was sympathizing with him. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, no, I'm sick. I can't get there. Blah 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 blah. And then Advocate Baloyi and Advocate Mshololo, she looks at her, she's laughing, but she doesn't want because the court will have a problem with that. So he's busy running away and hiding with this thing that, you know what? I'm sick. I can't get the information that I need to get. I'm no longer that efficient. And remember, these things are scattered and blah, 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 blah. Since these things are scattered, so I can't really get those things. And the judge, Nkosami, was now starting to feel for this guy. You know what I'm saying? To say, no, he can't get, shame, I understand. He can't get this qualification. But Advocate Ramasipile said, no, I've got a plan. Advocate Ramasipile was like, you know what? I'm not coming with a 9mm. I'm coming with a rifle. And I'm coming with R4. I'm coming to finish them. He was like, bah, bah, bah. Now, let me tell you what the judge said, which opened the can of worms. The judge asked, did you plant any ballistic evidence? Mosia says, nope. The judge they was talking about that one. Mosia says, the fragment I found alone, but the projectile I found with Colonel Mhlahlo while I was with him. No, it's her, not him. I think it's her. Mhlahlo, I think it's her. The judge says, I am asking because the question is, why wouldn't you find the bullet? Mosia says, I found the fragment after midnight, after I had arrived at the crime scene. Who showed it to you? The judge asked. It was visible to the floor. You know what I'm saying? And the projectile behind the glass jar, Minister says, same day, I found it on the 27th, and then it was here. Now, remember, they want to prove that indeed he went to Zonk. So, Advocate Ramasipile sits there, and then he thinks about the procedure of the SAPS, and he's like, okay. He says, wait a minute. Did you submit for overtime? And then Mosia says, yes. I worked overtime and I submitted. I was a standby and overtime, so I submitted that. And then the advocate, after he has constructed his point, and then he says, wait a minute. When you submit for overtime, you take certified copies. You submit the certified copies to the financial department. I was like, yeah. You take the certified copies of the things that you were doing on that night. You take those copies, you submit them, certified copies, to the financial department, the SAPS, so that they can pay you the overtime to see that actually there was an evidence. I was like, yo. Then he's like, if that's the case, in order for us to find the records, whether you went to Zonke Zizwe or not, it's easy. If you can't find the records yourself, no problem. If you can't find the pocketbook, as you are saying, no problem. And then, look, if you can't find them, no problem. Go to the financial department. Ask them that the day you submitted for this overtime, ask them to retrieve that information. Ask them to retrieve the copies that you submitted there. It can't be that you lost your pocketbook, you lost the other registers which tracked your movement, and even the financial department, you lost it. And I was like, sure. And then this lawyer said, then Judge Rata, he's like, you know what? He was like, he was buying the story at some point of the record getting lost. This is where advocate immunity comes in again. So the judge says, when I was working at Johannesburg, running the Johannesburg High Court, the judge says there was a point where records went missing. All the people that were convicted went missing. Only the records of people that their cases has not yet been decided. And then he was like, no, I'm just commenting. No, don't. And advocate Mnisi stood and said, no, let me talk. Give me time. Let me talk. Mnisi Uti, when I was a prosecutor in one of the Pretoria High Court, Uti Mnisi, Tina, we were shocked. We found records for things that happened 20 years ago. I was like, so this one said, the judge says, no, I understand the losing of records. I once been there. Advocate in me says, I once found records for things that happened 20 years ago. Even at the closing, the judge even said that, Advocate Mnisi, don't you have any problem? He was joking, but you could tell that he now understands that if ever there's a guy that is going to stand up and stand his ground, he's not going to fear him. It is Advocate Mnisi. So in today's proceeding, I don't want to go because let me admit, in the beginning I was struggling with the audio. I was struggling with the audio, SAPC, you know what I'm saying? My notes are here, guys. Here, I do have the notes here. But I'm not gonna go into them because I'm just focusing on the cracks of the matter, right? So yes, we're gonna just check a few things, but I'm just focusing on the cracks of the matter. Every question that was asked today, it was leading to what I've just discussed. Every question that I've asked, it was leading to what I've just told you now. So then, Advocate Mnisi channeled the judge towards that to say, wait a minute, don't look. So we cannot take that excuse to say records we just have to understand that records sometimes they get missing. Records are there. So now we are waiting. Dr. Mosia then had promised to say they will get the he says that the captain in Springs or whatever knows his movement, has that data, you know what I'm saying? So now he needs to prove that indeed he went to Zonkezizi. To see now why proving whether he went to Zonkezizi or not is critically important. Now another thing that Advocate Mshololo was questioning today, he was questioning his arrival on the crime scene. Why? Guys, I almost forgot this important point. He's asking, look at this question. He's like, no, not his, she. She's like, wait a minute. You got a call, right? So you arrived. When you arrived, why didn't you go to the place of interest? Why will you first go to Fort Lawrence police station instead of going to the crime scene? You guys, you don't understand the importance of this question. What it implies is that sorry guys, if there was a conspiracy, say for instance, if these things was planned, pre-planned, you know what I'm saying, with the police, Vosloorus police station, it means that when you arrived, you were told what to do on the crime scene. That is why you didn't want to go straight to the crime scene, so you can now take an evidence, so it can be difficult to tell you what to do. You first had to go to Vosloorus, get the mandate as to what to do in the crime scene, then proceed to the crime scene to fulfill the mandate having been given by the incompetent police. Guys, you don't get what I'm saying. That means that the tampering with this crime scene. By the way, I was watching a certain video from a certain expert that was saying, Guti, it was on ENCA. He was saying he went there, he investigated there. The tampering of that crime scene was intentional. It was never a mistake. It was intentional. So that is where Advocate Mshololo was going to say, wait a minute, wait, don't rush. Why did it? He was like, no, I didn't get an address, blah, blah, blah. The phone state was not working. I was sitting there. I was like, wait a minute. We're using our, guys, don't you use your phone? But we get to the places. All it takes, if you can't give me the exact address, just give me a landmark. So if you are going to, say for instance, if you are going to Spreadview, Vosloorus, especially those two places, they are like this. The landmark there, it's either you say Spreadview Mall or you say Spreadview BP Garage. You never go wrong. You will never miss that place. It's a simple place. You know what I'm saying? So once you are there, then you can ask around. It's easy to get to there. Why will you first go to the police station? At first, at face value, that question was useless. But when you start now, remember what I've just told you. The credibility and the whether or not he did go to Zonke. When it's now put in question and it's highlighted, now you understand that if ever something had happened, that thing actually he got the instruction while he was let me say he got the instruction while he went to Vosloorus police station. That is where he got the instructions. And also what has been highlighted, it is the founding of this so-called exhibits, right? To say you found these exhibits are found in a visible place, right? So the other one is found at a separate time, and then there's probably a lapse of time there, and then the other one is found later on. Then that's when we found the other one. Do you see the point? Now, all of this, remember, there's an expert that says, even Yena Utabo Mosia has said that when an incident happens, you need to call the police as soon as it happens. You know why? Because that's where they are able to gather information as soon as possible. Mark that point. He said that the delay allows the crime scene to be tampered with, which makes it difficult for people for them to gather evidence. You know what I'm saying? It makes their job difficult. But if an incident happens now, you report it now, and then they arrive now, then they will gather as much evidence as possible. So there is that 4 hour. There's this 4 hours where nobody in the house will even call the police. Instead, Makumalo saw it fit not to call the ambulance or the police, because obviously if they call the ambulance, when the paramedics arrive there, they will say call the police, or they will call the police themselves. So they didn't want to call the ambulance, neither the police. So they decided, Kalikumalo decided, I'm going to call Chico. Makumalo decided, I'm going to call my brother. And they don't think about police. Even the behavior of Kelly Kumalo at the hospital, she does not want to interact with the police. When the police get into the hospital, she's leaving the hospital. She doesn't want to do anything with the police. Do you see the point? And then there's this question about 4 hours. I hope you see where we're going with this thing. To say you planned this thing, you defeated the ends of justice. The 4 hours, it allows Mapiri to tamper with the crime scene. Do you see where we're going? Remember Ntapseng also tampered with the crime scene. Ntapseng found was it a projectile or what, or a bullet, whatever thing that she found. She picks it up, she gives it to the police. something that she was not supposed to touch. Do you see the point? To remember, it has been confirmed that Makhumalo touched the heads that belong to the suspect. So that's it. Those are the points that are adding towards this thing to say the crime scene was tampered with. Remember, we know for a fact that the public figure Mapopola said that she has been drinking guarana. She paid around 400 and something, right? And then she painted a picture that the only alcohol that was there, without confirming it was actually guarana, right? And then Tumelo came and said, whoa. I was drinking Heineken. Mtokozis came and said, wait a minute, I was drinking Hunter's Gold. And all of those things are not found at the crime scene. Only 2 cans of alcohol are seen on the pictures. Remember, Tumelo said it boldly that already they had consumed a lot of alcohol at the time of the incident, and there was a lot of alcohol in the fridge. All of those things are not found. You know what I'm saying? Because Mapiri had made it a point that she cleaned everything. You know what I'm saying? So then that 4 hours, it was the time where Mapiri was busy messing up with the crime scene. Do you remember there was a witness that said, we told Mapiri to stop doing this. Why police are not called? And Mapiri said that they don't want the police to know that they were drinking in that house. And I've just found another information from this guy that was doing investigation. He even revealed that, by the way, those people were not only drinking alcohol on that day, they were also consuming drugs. If they want to say anything, I did not say it, but I'm telling them now. They must go to ENCA. There is a video there. The information that I'm saying, it is there. So chances are when that happened, they were under the influence of alcohol. Not chances are, according to that expert, they were under the influence of alcohol and under the influence of drugs. So Mapiri then came to clean the alcohol and the drugs that also tampered with the crime scene and left the crime scene. Now, therefore, you then later on have the likes of Abotabo Mosia who are finding things. Do you see where we're going with this thing? I give props to the defense. Ha, 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 ha. What a strategy. Diplo. No. So it adds towards this thing to say we see a deliberate effort to tamper with the crime scene. Even the way you find the so-called exhibit, it's questionable. It can't be that in this house, this is my studio, this room is my studio. So if something had to happen here, I've got it's clear in this house, it's clear, there's wardrobe wall, you know what I'm saying? So if anything had to happen here, it's easy to find them. But in the house like that, a small house, you can't find things. You are searching, you can't find things. You only find one. Then you go and then you come back and then you find another one. Do you see where the defense is going? And then after showing me that, I was like, I see now. I understand where the defense is going. And even the judge, he got it clear. It was clear. The message was clear. The message was clear today. You know what I'm saying? I've never been so convinced. I've never been so confident about this thing to say, yeah, the crime scene was tampered with like today. Yeah, one of the defense, Advocate Msholol, when you come across this video, just know this. Here, we don't care. We don't care your gender. We don't care about your gender. We appreciate people because people are doing well. We give you your flowers now, while you are still alive, while you can still smell them. Advocate Kamalo, we give you your flowers now, while you can still smell them. Advocate Mnisi, we give you your flowers now, while you can still smell them. Advocate Ramasipil, I am a fair lawyer. We give you your flowers now, while you can still smell them. All of you guys, we are accepting you into this community. As of today, you shall form part and parcel of this tribe, because this tribe is composed of people who are intelligent, people who, even the way they speak, you can tell in the comment section below that these people are very intelligent. this community look, accept your membership here. We are saying job done today. We are pleased with your performance. You know what I'm saying? We are very happy with your performance, and therefore we are asking that you continue. Today you show how prepared you are. You showed up today in that court, and then you portrayed this thing to us to say we are prepared for this. We will take the state on, and for that we are saying salute.